Yo, check it out, I gotta speak the truth about the hardest working small channel in the crypto booth. He's the crypto father, the one and only.
Yesterday at the wee hours of the morning, the fellas at the BNB chain decided to test a meme token on the Ford platform. And due to their carelessness, they've exposed their test no token name, and what ensued was nothing short of pure madness when the simps of the meme world decided to push the token's price way up into the air. Welcome back to the CryptoFather channel. Today is the 7th of February. In today's video, I'll be jumping into the news and let's have a look at some of the news articles that came out. But before I do all that, let's do what we always do and have a look at the crypto market. $3.2 trillion, $146 billion in trading volume. Bitcoin hovering at about 96K, Ethereum at 2.7K. Solana 500. Man, I wish Solana was 500. Solana 192, below $200. BNB at 581. Cardano 25% down. Massive retracements. Bitcoin on the 7-day 8% retracement. Like, these are massive retracements. 24%, 25 on Cardano. Whereas Litecoin, Toncoin up for grabs at $3.76. Litecoin $101. I've picked up some Toncoin on Korean exchanges. Let's have a quick look at Meowcoin. Meowcoin's experiencing a massive downturn as well. Quadruple 07 and 460,000 in market cap. Not looking great for Meowcoin. Quick look at the Bitcoin charts on the daily. Bitcoin is broken below the $98,000 support and has formed two red candles below that level. Both of them have managed to reach back up to 98, which has turned into a resistance right now. And so it looks like we may be looking at a Bitcoin probably going down to 91. And there are people who are firm on the belief that this is going to happen. We'll look at that as well. But first, CZ shows how to launch a 40 million meme coin in 6 hours with TST. A BNB chain team member created a test token for how to video, and someone in China started trading it. And then Binance founder CZ made an X post. Here's how to launch a meme coin on BNB chain. So basically, the BNB chain team launched a video, which is right here, and it's now a minute and 28 seconds long video. And somewhere towards the end of it, right here, somewhere coming up, I think, they accidentally showed the name of the token, which was right here, like the split second right there, by TST. That was enough for people to go bonkers and start buying the token. And basically what happened here, so CZ released an announcement. We did the step-by-step video education for launching meme tokens on 4Me platform, which also explains his meme of 4, which could have, who knows what was first, but this is the meme tokens, and we'll get into that in a second. In this video, we launched a token named TST as the example. When we posted the education video yesterday, there is one frame at 118 where the name gets uncovered. Chinese community call starts to trade this token and promote this token. Now the market cap of this token is $494,000. The team member deleted the video upon learning about it, but the internet does not forget. See, I recommend it. They put the video tutorial back. It is what it is. This is not an endorsement from me for the token. The team member also deleted the private key for the creator address used in the tutorial, which holds 0.13% of the token. And no one on the team or Binance holds any of that token. This is not an official token by the BNB chain team or anyone. It is a test token used just for that video tutorial, nothing more. But yet, you know, opportunists will jump at it. And so this is the chart for the token. Obviously, it pumped. It had a massive pump. This must have occurred right after the release of the video at about 8:40, literally yesterday in the wee hours of the morning. And then it pumped to massive heights, and it retraced back down to whatever it is at right now. The market cap presently is sitting at 10 million, almost $11 million, with liquidity of $2 million and a volume of 489 million. What? So there you go. A completely useless token, basically, that has been launched and leaked its name by accident. The name of the token leaked by accident has pumped to millions of dollars. It's insane. And my meme token, which has clear purpose, is going nowhere. Shocking. Some good news from Ripple. And I call it good news because it's news that basically Ripple didn't go anywhere. Ripple featured CBDC tech for years, dumped it after Trump victory. For years, Ripple funded central bank digital currency CBDC initiatives aimed at using its XRP ledger for inter-central bank settlements. However, while the company once hoped that US Democrats like Kamala Harris would help bring its tech into the largest central bank of them all, the US Federal Reserve, it swiftly downplayed this stance during the closing stages of Donald Trump's second successful run for president. Pierre Rochard posted that Ripple deleted their pro-CBDC page after real Donald Trump's speech at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville, after where he took a strong stance against CBDCs. So I guess that wasn't a very good thing for Ripple, which is a good thing. But as I was always saying, stay away from XRP, stay away from Ripple, because they are gunning for the publication for this release of their CBDC, which is not a good thing. CBDCs are not a good thing. That would basically mean the end of financial sovereignty across the world, as your money would be traced, every single penny would be traced, and you would be at the whims and fancy of the financial institutions deciding whether you get access or not to your cash and how much of it you would get, because CBDCs can be programmable. The release of CBDCs, whoever releases CBDCs can decide how they're programmed, how they're controlled, and so a lot of stuff can be programmed into them, including the amount that can be distributed to individual persons. We basically could be facing the institution of an allowance system. You know how you go into bank and you ask them to give you your money and they ask why you want it? Well, this is the way to get rid of that necessary question is by creating CBDCs that will basically only give you permission to take out a certain amount of money out of a bank and no more than that. However, there is available the AWS Amazon partner profile with Ripple. They've partnered up and it is available for viewage. RippleNet, as a decentralized global network for banks and payment providers using Ripple's distributed financial technology, which provides real-time messaging, clearing, settlement, and financial transactions. Ripple connects banks, payment providers, digital asset exchanges, and corporates via RippleNet to provide one frictionless experience to send money globally. So this is already in place. We got X current process real-time payments, X rapid source on-demand liquidity, X via send global payments via single integration, Ripple net use cases, e-invoicing, international supply chain payments, global currency account, real-time cash pulling, international bill pay, real-time remittance, and international P2P payments. Ripple net members, Santander USA, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, Kotan Mahindra Bank, India, Utsu Bank in Brazil, India, Singapore, Brazil, Zip Remit, Canada, Lian, China, UAE, UK, Australia, Sweden, Japan, Thailand. So there is a bunch of banks that are apparently already on board. 100 institutions have joined this madness. And of course, despite the fact that this has nothing to do with CBDCs, it does give Ripple a lot of power. Being able to transact between these institutions, between these financial institutions, does give Ripple a lot of power, which could, in the end, like once Trump is gone, we could see the resurgence of, a talk of CBDCs after Trump's 4-year term is up. So that is not a good thing. Ripple taking over and being entrenched in the banking system is not a good thing, but it looks like this is what we're facing, and we could potentially see CBDCs being implemented in the next 4 to 5 years. In the meantime, the SEC officials instructed to shrink cryptocurrency enforcement team. The US Securities and Exchange Commission SEC is reportedly downsizing a special unit of more than 50 lawyers and staff members tasked to bring crypto enforcement actions. Citing 5 people familiar with the matter, the New York Times reports that a leading lawyer in the unit was pulled out from the enforcement division and some were assigned to other departments within the agency. A lot fewer people to be heckling crypto. The crypto enforcement unit was created during the first Trump administration, but it nearly doubled its size in 2022 under previous SEC chair Gary Gensler, who initiated a crackdown on the US crypto industry. And with $3.7 billion in stolen funds and hacked and siphoned out of the crypto market, and it's no wonder that there was a body of lawmakers trying to take care of that. And despite the fact that, Gary Gensler was not very well liked, when you look at the numbers, when you look at the amounts of money that have been hacked out of cryptocurrency exchanges and, lost in scams, it's no wonder that somebody was stepping up to take care of that job, right? A recent tally reveals that the unit brought more than 100 crypto-related actions during the Biden administration. It is not yet clear, though, if the shakeup will affect pending enforcement actions, which include a case involving Coinbase. The crypto exchange is charged with violating federal securities laws by operating an unregistered platform. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a policing unit taking care of the scammers in the crypto world, because without the SEC, who else is there, basically, right? Korea has an investigative unit that they're launching, so that's good. So I guess we're gonna have crypto police. Because if the likes of SEC disappear altogether and their crypto enforcement unit disappears, the numbers of crypto hacks and funds stolen will most likely increase. Some more news from the SEC has accepted Grayscale's application for review to convert its trust into a spot Litecoin ETF. Good news for Litecoin. So with the next pump, we could be seeing Litecoin. If this came to be, we could see Litecoin pump massively. So Litecoin's all-time high was at $400, and right now we're sitting at only $144, actually less than that. We're at about $100 right now. So right now is probably a good time to start stacking on Litecoin, because we haven't even come close to the top for Litecoin, and we're going to see the top and beyond that. So what are we talking about? An $800 Litecoin? Quite possibly. Is it going to double? Maybe, but it certainly is a good buy right now at $100 when the top was at 414, and we've never even reached the top just yet. So pick up some Litecoin, because with the ETF announcement, if it does come, we'll probably see Litecoin do a nice run up, way up into the sky, rocket shot to the moon. SEC makes its move and asks public for comments on Grayscale's Litecoin ETF. The SEC asked for comments to be filed 21 days after being published in the Federal Register. Over the past few weeks, firms have flooded in with proposals from funds based on Doge, among other cryptocurrencies, seemingly in hopes that a change in leadership at the SEC could be friendlier to approve crypto ETFs. The SEC asked the public to comment on a proposal for converting Grayscale's Litecoin trust into an exchange-traded product. And this applies, so the NYSE ARCA posted a 19B-4 filing last month for the Grayscale Litecoin trust, as well as for a Grayscale Solana trust. In the second part of two-step process for proposing a spot crypto ETF. Once the SEC acknowledges the filing, it will be pushed in the Federal Register, initiating the agency's approval process. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at a possible Litecoin ETF as well as a Solana ETF pretty soon. So keep stacking those Litecoins and Solanas, especially now since the market is down. And MicroStrategy rebrands as the corporate Bitcoin whale, posts 4th consecutive quarterly losses. So two things, man, in this article. MicroStrategy has rebranded itself to just Strategy. The logo I don't think there's a logo here, but basically just strategy with a sign of Bitcoin next to it. This is what it looks like, I guess. This is what I've been seeing on social media, strategy and a Bitcoin sign logo. That's essentially the rebrand that they've gone through just recently. But apparently they are recording 4 quarters now in losses, which is shocking. According to the announcement, the new name and logo will focus on reaching a wider audience as the company hopes to have a wider appeal. Strategy is one of the most powerful and positive words in the human language. It also represents a simplification of our company name to its most important strategic core. Router strategy lost over 1 billion last quarter alone. During that quarter, strategy bought 218,000 Bitcoin for 20.5 billion. The company's largest purchase yet, and I guess right now with Bitcoin dunking below 100,000, that would probably not help in their profit margins. Strategy is showing no signs of slowing down. 2 weeks ago, shareholders voted to raise more funds to buy more Bitcoin. You know, right now he's balls deep in Bitcoin, so there's no way that he can pull out back, and understanding that Bitcoin is most likely going to go to that sought after $1 million, whether this, most likely not this year, but quite possibly in the next cycle or in the next couple of cycles. So we're looking at the next 10 years. I think it's safe to say that Michael Saylor and strategy now is not going to start pulling out right now when they're holding like 500,000 worth or 500,000 Bitcoins worth billions of dollars. Arthur Hayes warns against US Bitcoin reserve, citing political risks. Arthur Hayes, chief investment officer of Maelstrom Fund, believes that the creation of a national Bitcoin stockpile will likely become a political tool subject to manipulation depending on which party is in power. Hayes pointed out that Bitcoin under such a scheme would simply become another financial asset vulnerable to being sold off whenever it suits political agendas. While he admits that initial purchase of Bitcoin by the government might drive prices higher, he stresses that its long-term use would likely be driven by political motivations rather than economic or financial gains. We have to keep in mind that post-Trump presidency, there will be another president, and if they do have a stockpile of Bitcoin, there is a chance that that president, if he happens to be anti-crypto, could potentially dump all of it onto the markets. While Hayes is critical, others in the industry, including investment firms like Van Eck, have presented more optimistic views. They argue that a Bitcoin reserve could potentially help reduce the US national debt, which we already know. Hayes is also the person who seems to be under the impression that Bitcoin is going to pull back to $75,000, which is something that Gareth Soloway also talked about, which I also talked about on this channel. And all of that is based on this gap that has been created right here, this massive trench that is right here. Essentially, all of this space has not been recovered, and we could be seeing, well, technically, I mean, yeah, okay, so we probably could be seeing a Bitcoin dump down all the way down to $73,000, because this is where we have a massive gap that has not been filled just yet. So this is what the prediction for a 75,000 Bitcoin relies on. This zone, empty zone that has not been retested by crypto. Now, this could happen now, or potentially this could be the area that we'd be looking at for Bitcoin to retrace back to in the bear market. And that's something to be cautious of. We may or may not see Bitcoin go back down to these levels now, but I think we certainly will see Bitcoin go back down to these levels post the bull run. During the bear market, which is coming, people, it is coming. Just look at the retracements right now. You know, when the hype is high and everybody's in euphoria mode, everybody thinks that we're going to the moon and beyond, and going to Mars, and Bitcoin is never going to retrace from $108,000. And all of a sudden, boom, what do you got? You got $95,000 Bitcoin. So, and again, we've broken below the support levels, which have now turned into resistance, and we're looking at Bitcoin creating a trend between $98,000 and $91,000. So we're probably going to go down here, and then if these two resistance levels don't hold, or if these two supports don't hold at 91 and 89, then we could see another retracement back down to 80, and then another support at 75 and 73. And if that doesn't hold, then we're going all the way down to 65, but that's probably not going to happen, at least not right now. In a podcast with Scott Malker on February 1st, Hayes forecasted a short-term pullback to 75 before a massive rally to 250,000 by the end of the cycle. He attributes this potential dip to a liquidity crunch, stating Bitcoin has traded ahead of the fundamentals in terms of global liquidity. Hayes points to several factors contributing to this situation, including an antagonistic Federal Reserve, a challenging treasury maturity profile, and a looming debt cycle issue in the United States. So I think we're all in agreement that this was not the top. There is no way that this was the top. $108,000 was not the top for Bitcoin. Plan B believes so, of course, but also just, I mean, this didn't feel like a top. We'd be looking at a double top here. It's too early. So I think we're still going to see another massive push. I don't know if $250,000 will solidify. That would be like way up here. That's what he's talking about, what Hayes is talking about. I'm not sure if we're gonna see that happen. Maybe not that high. So, and I certainly will not be holding on to my stash for this price tags to solidify. But if Bitcoin were to, I mean, we did hit 108. If Bitcoin starts to push it in the 180 or 150, $180,000 limits, then I think that will be a good time to begin taking out some profits. But definitely, it'll be definitely time to accumulate more Bitcoin if it does retrace back down to $75,000. That will probably be a very good time to take out a loan on your house and second mortgage and buy some Bitcoin. Please don't do that based on this this talk of mine. In any case, make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel, because I need to support peeps. I'm making the videos and very few views are being generated and not a lot of people sticking around to support the channel. So please, blimey, just hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It's all free. Enjoy the videos if you are here, and I will see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow's the weekend. I'm off. The weekends, I do a bunch of other stuff. So I will see you on Monday. I might post some videos over the weekend, short ones. But you can always engage with me on Twitter, if you are on X. Follow the links; they're all over the channel. So find those, and I will see you on, I guess, Monday in the next video. In any case, peace.